Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Bev. I'm Dan Fowler. I'm the buyer's agent for Bev & Co. So it's going to be Breakfast with Dan this morning. Bev, in the last month, she sold a house, bought a house, moved. Actually, we let her go on vacation, so the girl needed a day off. So we gave her a day off. So you're stuck with Dan today. So I'm at lot 107 Ridgemont Park today. We'll talk about the house here in just a little bit, but what I wanted to talk about this morning was what are buyers looking for right now? What's some of the features they're looking at? And of course that's going to vary from, the price of the home. So I thought I'd go through some price points this morning, kind of tell what people are wanting in those certain price points. So again, this is not new construction. Keep that in mind. I'm talking about a house that we would typically find that's a few years old. So the first one, let's talk about the 100,000 to 200,000 mark. Really, typically, this is going to be someone's first home. And so what they're generally looking for is something that's clean. It's been well kept, kept up, doesn't need a lot of repairs. And so typically in this price point, they don't want the inspection problems and everything that can come, because the houses typically might be a little bit older in that price point. So we're really trying to find them something that's been clean and well maintained. Past that, they're not looking for the higher upgrades, of course, in that price point. That's not what's important to the buyer in that range. It is how well maintained it's been and how much house can I get for the money on that. The next price is 200 to 300,000, and so this is where you can start getting a few of the upgrades in that 200 to 300,000 range, especially if you're willing to go to a slab home, which in Columbia was a big slab market here in town. So this is generally where you can start. It's not just about it being clean and well maintained. That's an expectation, right? It's now you can start going toward the hardwood and the granite, typically in this price point, especially in the upper twos. And again, if you're willing to go to that slab, you'll start getting into the granite and hardwood at that point in time, and you can start being a little bit more pickier at that price range. Then we go to the 300 to 400,000. So again, when I move up in price point on these ranges, everything before is kind of the expectation, all right? So this is where you can start becoming where you want a better lot. So let's say if you're into that 300 to 400,000 range, again, especially if you're willing to do a slab, you're going to get a pretty new, very nice slab at that point. But this is where you can start going towards your walkouts, and you can start being a little bit pickier on what kind of lot you want in this price point. And so it's also, you're going to start picking up your bigger walk-in closets. You're going to get a bigger pantry. Again, the hardwood and the granite's expected at that point. So you're just really trying to start to get to that point where you can start picking out a few upgrades and then be a little bit more pickier on your lot. You also move into a 3-car garage, typically, when in the 300 to 400,000 range. That's where that 3-car garage is definitely going to start coming into play as well in that price point. Okay, 400 to 500,000 range. Again, I'll back up. All the upgrades from the hardwood, the granite, your walk-in pantry, your walk-in closets, all expected already, all right? But in the 400 to 500,000 range, this is typically where my buyers start coming to me, and what becomes important is the neighborhood amenities, and what schools you're in. The people start being the buyer starts being a little bit more picky on that, and they start zoning in on that, because they know they're going to get a pretty upgraded house at that point in time. So it's the schools, and then what does my neighborhood offer? How nice is the pool in my neighborhood? Do I have a walking trail in my neighborhood, or is my neighborhood close to the trail? That also becomes very important when people get into this price range. So we'll move up to the 500,000 plus. This is where, try to explain this. Again, obviously they've got the walk-in pantries, the walk-in closets, and the nicer showers and master bathrooms and the nicer kitchens. But what they do at that price range, they become a little bit more higher end. In other words, if you go into the walk-in pantry, you might have a coffee bar. Or if you go in and you get a nicer master bathroom, you've got the master shower with 2 or 3 shower heads. So that starts becoming a little bit more in play then on that 500,000 up. You just get the higher end finishes of those things I mentioned. And this is where the first one, and this is becoming really big at this point in time, this is where we first see outdoor spaces start coming into play on the 500,000 and up. And the outdoor spaces meaning covered patios with a fire pit, maybe even an outdoor, a built-in fireplace on the deck or something like that. That's where you start seeing that creep in. And I will tell you that buyers now, what buyers are looking for now, outdoor spaces become very important. So that's what we typically start seeing on that one. The last one is we're going to talk about stuff that's 750,000 and up. So what do people want differently when you start getting into that price range? Biggest thing is a premium lot, meaning they start going to those 1 and 2 in the neighborhoods with the 1 and 2 acre lots. Okay, they want the bigger lot. Obviously, not so much maybe just at the end of the cul-de-sac. That's not what I'm saying there. They just want that premium bigger lot comes into play in that price point. Now, 2 things on top of that. One, a swimming pool. So this is typically where we see the swimming pool start coming into play in this price range. And then again, we'll go to the outdoor space, for this price range. The difference being is it's not just a fire pit or say a freestanding outdoor fireplace. We start seeing the covered outdoor living areas with the fireplaces built in, and we start seeing outdoor kitchens start coming into play in that price range. So the one thing, in wrapping up here, the one thing that we've seen come into play no matter what price range, this is interesting now, is a home office. And that's, obviously that's because of COVID. So whether somebody's buying that $225,000 slab or somebody's buying that $800,000 house, people are now starting to want to ask and try to see what's going to work in their house for that outdoor or for their home office. And because it's become very, we need that right now. But I think we're going to see where a lot of people are going to start working from home now. And so the home office space has become very important, irregardless of the price range. So that's just a few things that people are starting to look at in different price ranges and what I typically see with my buyers. So in wrapping up, as I said today, we're at lot 107 at Ridgemont Park. That is, so if you're not familiar with that is, that's the brand new neighborhood that's at, the closest would be College Park and Stadium, that new subdivision that was built in there. And so where else can you find new construction in the middle of Columbia? You can't. This is about the only thing that we've seen as far as new construction here in the middle of town. So this house here is about 1,800 square feet. It is a 2-story slab, priced at $305. So it is a fantastic, cute little house. I wish we had, there's 2 more lots out here available here at the end of the cul-de-sac. There's 2 more lots. I wish we had 22 more lots available. We could have, this neighborhood has just been absolutely fantastic. Again, because it's new construction in the middle of town, which you can't find, and it literally sits right on the trail access. Is literally, when I say it's 50 yards from this front door, the trail access. So I wish we had more lots, but we do have 2 left, in addition to this house, which will be complete at the end of August. So if you're interested, please reach out to Bev & Co. Give us a call. We'd be happy to help you out. And thanks for joining us.